Today we're talking about ditching jargon in your communications. You know that feeling when someone starts spouting buzzwords and acronyms and your brain just shuts off. A brilliant idea is useless if no one gets it. And using jargon, that won't land it, but clarity will. Great engineers don't just solve problems, they make them understood. Many believe that writing well is not something they do. They're mathematics, they're software, they're engineering, and that is just too difficult to master. But the good news is the rules are really easy to learn. How do I know? Well, I failed English at school, and after 30 years of writing at every level, I know what works. Great technical communication isn't about sounding smart, it's about being understood. So how do we ditch the jargon? Start with this. Our first and most powerful tool for banishing jargon is what I call the so what test. So what? It's deceptively simple, but effective. Every technical term you're about to use, ask yourself, so what? So let's take an example. Say you're talking about cloud computing. Instead of just using the jargon, our platform leverages robust cloud computing infrastructure. Say, so what? So let's apply the so what test. So what does this mean for my audience? Why should they care? In translation, this means our system is flexible. You can get to it anywhere. It's built to cope with whatever you throw at it, without you needing to worry about complex setups at your end. You see the difference? The so what test forces you to unpack the true meaning of what you're saying and connect you directly to your audience's experience or needs. It's about moving from what it is to what it does for them. Okay, next thing, analogies and metaphors. Sometimes a term is just too abstract to explain directly with simple words. That's where analogies and metaphors become your best friends. Let's think about a firewall. Instead of the technical definition, you could use a firewall as like an airport gate check, where they only let through onto the aircraft the right people. The trick here is to only use analogies or metaphors that are directly relatable to your audience. It's no good giving an analogy that may confuse them even more. I'm British, so don't use a cricket analogy to a bunch of Americans. On the other hand, if you're talking to Indians or Australians, you're okay. Try and keep it universal or tailored to their particular experience. All of this is explained in more detail in my Jargon Buster mini toolkit. So the next one is everyday language substitution, and it makes your writing so much more fluent and easier to read. So it's incredibly powerful. You're replacing formal technical terms and long words with shorter, easier to digest words. So let's look at the common culprits out there. Instead of using utilize, use use. Instead of implement, why not use start or do or put in place? Instead of prioritize, use focus on or arrange by importance. Always opt for the clearest, simplest word that conveys your meaning accurately. If a simpler word exists, use it. So let's talk about glossaries. Some technical terms are unavoidable. No substitute exists. An analogy just doesn't quite do it. When you must use complex jargon for an external audience, then explain it in context the first time you use it. Reserve formal glossaries for highly technical documents. Your goal is clarity, not cross-reference. Clarity first and always. Finally, the power of visuals, and this is huge. Don't underestimate how important using diagrams and charts are. Sometimes a diagram can explain a complex term far easier than words ever will. Or use a hand gesture. You could say this bit fits on top of this bit. The other way around. This bit fits underneath here. Think about data flow. You could write paragraph after paragraph talking about inputs and outputs, whereas a simple flowchart would make it easy to grasp. Visuals reduce cognitive load. They make the abstract concrete. Before you write another paragraph of dense technical prose, ask yourself, can a picture do this better? So let's recap. 1. Ask so what. 2. Swap jargon for analogies. 3. Speak like a human. 4. Define terms up front. 5. Show, don't just tell. By applying these techniques, you're not dumbing down your content. You're elevating your communication. You're making your brilliant technical insights accessible to everyone. And that's the mark of a truly effective technical editor and engineer. So let me ask you, what's the trickiest bit of jargon you've ever had to explain? Do let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and how you tackled them. If you found this video helpful, please do give us a thumbs up. It does help the channel and it spurs me on to make more. And subscribe to the Technical Editor for more tips on clear and concise communication. Oh, and before you go, let me just mention my Jargon Buster mini toolkit is in the description below.